All right, thank you so much, Dre. Now, the shooting at Robb Elementary School, it's this 27th school shooting this year in 2022. And it always brings mental health to the forefront and raises questions as to whether enough is being done to address violence and why people are being actually subject to it in the first place. We have some facts for you, backed by leading mental health organizations and publications. Every 100 minutes, a teen takes their own life. Between 20 to 50% of teens suffer from depression, and those families, they have a family member who also struggles with some sort of mental health issue or depression. Approximately 2/3 of teens battling depression also suffers from another mood disorder, such as anxiety, antisocial behaviors, or substance abuse. And here to talk about all of these realities, Katie Fernandez, who spent more than a decade with Chicago Public Schools, now with Northwestern University. Naisha Beeman is here as well. She's a community activist. She's been working to bring counseling resources after losing her daughter to gun violence back in 2020. And our Marley Caden, she's a mom of an elementary school age child, and no doubt this has to trigger you a little bit when something like this happens and a school shooting takes place. So I'm going to start with Katie right now. I think a lot of people watching the news, you think of teenagers. I know people who have kids who, when they see something like this, it really sends them into a tailspin. It causes them to have anxiety about social engagement, just everyday life. So what are teachers facing right now in terms of helping them cope through that?
Teachers, they have the hardest job in the world right now, dealing with just normal teenage drama and anxiety and depression and social media. But on top of that, to deal with the pandemic and that loss. And then in Chicago, we're constantly dealing with gun violence. Yeah. And now you have school shootings. And I don't think teachers even know where to begin. They become traumatized themselves trying to take all this on and then teach.
And we can't ignore the fact that there's something wrong, something's broken inside the mind of somebody who would do this. These are kids killing kids. We saw something happen just recently at the Bean. A teenager was shot to death by another teenager. This young man who shot up the school in Uvalde, Texas, had just turned 18. He was a student himself at the local high school. When you are seeing, Naisha, folks in the community and gathering them together to get counseling resources, what do you think will work to reach young people who have kind of gone to this point where that sadness and sorrow and depression can turn to rage?
What I think will work will be actually asking the young people, the adolescents, what brings you to this point? How can we help you? Because we can tell them all day long, do this, do that to cope, but it may not work for them. I think it's individualized. Some of them can be combined and have the same issue that we can work together as. So I think we have to, that's why we go with the peer support group to see, okay, you have this, what would you do if this happens to you? Mm-hmm. What would be your resource? Yeah. What would be your outlet? How can you solve this issue?
Yeah, how can you take charge of your emotions and then ask for help and feel comfortable asking for help? Marley, I know a lot of people bring up social media and television and video games. Anytime a violent act comes out in the news, we want to try to find the source of it. But now more than ever, we're all seeing violent imagery on our TikTok and our Instagram. Have you talked to parents who've said they've actually cut back on a lot of media for their children as a result of knowing that, they could possibly be influenced by something?
I think there's definitely a lot more protective behavior when it comes to parenting right now. There's just too much in the world. There's too much access. There's too much violence. And you want your kid to experience life. You want your kid to have what we think of, who even knows what this means anymore, a normal childhood. But you also want them to be safe and you want them to be protected. So yeah, I think people are restricting what videos their kids are watching on YouTube. Even young children, they're restricting what they're watching, what games they're allowing people to play. I think we all can acknowledge that kids are going to be exposed to violence, whether or not we want them to be. So limiting some of that at home is a way to counteract that. But does it make a difference in the end? I don't know. And we all just want to keep our kids safe and frankly, everybody's kids safe.
Yeah. And we're going to have to continue having conversations like this to discuss ways around that in the reality that is 2022. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.